Testing my audio. Hello, everyone. So it sounds like my audio is on point. So I wasn't going to do a reading, but I was pulled to do so. So here I am. I'm trying to be more open about that and allow it to flow when it needs to. So welcome in, everybody. Hello, Shorty. Hey, Jano. Hey, D. How is everyone? Okay, so I got a notepad in case I need to channel something or write something. So we'll see how this goes. Welcome in, everybody. I will timestamp this, and if you can't stay, that's okay. You can come back and click the timestamp to get into this reading if it resonates for you. So, overall, building upon the energies that we had previous here, because it seems to be this building sort of storyline here. Hold on one moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. So building off from, hold on one second. Okay. 308 will be our start. So what I'm getting in the energy, like I said, building upon what I have been getting previous, of course, it's this evolution of the storyline here. There's definitely been some major changes, major struggles here, major, overcoming of obstacles, major tests. Okay. For some of you, there's definitely this newness and this new structure that's been being applied to the energies here, especially today on the energy. For some of you, it's sort of the way that you're giving to situations, the way you're contributing to the world. Okay, maybe it's also kind of highlighting a sense of self worth here. Could be emotions past. Okay, these sort of family things are coming up. These emotions, these past situations, past scenarios, things that maybe you weren't consciously aware of. Okay. There's also this energy here saying that there is this new way of existing after having a period of feeling like you needed a rest. So some of you may actively be feeling like you're resting or you're tired. Okay. And it's been really about tuning out the world here to receive sort of these messages or this understanding that you needed, and maybe you needed to sort of have some silence to be able to process that. Okay. um, there's some sort of like a regulation of something here that you're putting into play, and it's not been without some struggle. Okay, some refinement, pulling out what does not belong anymore. Okay. um, there's also some energy here where there could have been some unconscious things that needed consciousness in order to release. I'm also getting like a strengthening in unity. So if there was some division or separation here, it's supposed to be in unity here. I just heard survival of the pack instinct. Okay. So some of you could have been dealing with some energies where um, you felt like there was sort of like this coming together and working with, or maybe you have to work with people. There could be a little bit of struggle there. Maybe your instinct was telling you like this isn't going to work out, or this isn't a good match or fix. And some of you have recouped from that energy. But overall, I feel like this is definitely like leading you in an energy here where you are being who you truly are, like embracing the true sense of self here, embracing, um, for some of you, like your heart's desires, right? Like the heart's will. And in order to do that, you needed to release some emotion, some pain, transmute this energy here in order to be able to push forward into this future energy. There's been some sort of like a past hold on you for some of you where you are seeing that a sense of separation happened. Something was, I just heard, already gone. It was already gone. Now, for some of you, I felt like there could be some sort of a deep emotion or a deep pain from your past here that sort of separated you from being able to move forward, maybe separated you from being able to um, let go of it completely to move into the future. It's like you're still um, hurt by what happened. And so maybe some of you are focusing on actually bringing consciousness to things, and you're letting a lot of things go. So I feel like some of you have released a lot. And there is an energy here where you're defending your heart, or you're defending um, how you grow, how you give, contribute to the world here. Okay. Now, for some of you, maybe there was a hidden aspect, like unconscious here, of an emotion that you had in your heart, right? And it was affecting the way you were contributing or the way that you was perceiving the world or life. I just heard I had to break from the past. Hmm. I just heard like some of you have held on to the past for years. Some of you dealt with a family situation where there was secrets, there could have been addiction, manipulation, control. And for some of you, maybe there was even a significant family member that passed away, and it wounded you or it hurt you, right? It put you in a sense of separation. And how did it do that? Well, for some of you, I feel like your heart is very important for you. And then for some of you, your mind is important here. Okay. Who you are, how you're applying that energy is based upon if something is actually blocking, I'm going to call it the receiver, because that's what I just heard. But some of you felt very separated in your heart here because of a situation that caused some pain. And some of you are having some revelation about that. There's some going through it, trying to release the past, figuring out what you can release, what you can take with you in the future here. I just heard your heart is the receiver of God, and you are the embodiment of that spirit. So if that's the case, if your heart is blocked and that's the receiver, then it's affecting who you are, how you project that energy, right? Embodying that true, embracing that true self. And that's why I got the heart's desire, right? So projecting that heart. And some of you do not see this because there, I heard there's an issue with recognizing it or acknowledging it because it is in the subconscious here. So I feel like some of the work that you're doing is anyone who definitely is hateful in their heart, or anyone who has put a sense of, externally saying, put you in a troubled energy in your heart, you're going to consider cutting those people, or considering if you can move towards the future with these people, right? Because it's you're understanding the importance right now of being conscious of um, how something is making you feel. Is the service here, the structure, is it bringing a sense of unity or separation? And so you'll start looking at people in and around your energy as well, and if they're in a pack and they're all just kind of like fighting around and stuff, but they're trying to survive, like that's not the type of energy you want to be around. I just heard no air. So you're going to start to experience this change, this revolution within your partnerships, because your heart is being cleansed, purged. Release the past in your heart is what I'm hearing. So like you're releasing things from the past in your heart, and it's really changing the way that you love and the way that you project God out into your world. And this is also sort of defending you, defending your energy against those who disrupt that merging or that connection of unity within your heart. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is you healing from something that happened, like maybe a family member that was really significant passed away, and it's been difficult and it just burdened your heart. It was just heavy. You love this person very much. I'm hearing I am still with you. Some of that partnership revolution I'm feeling is that you're going to realize that that person whom you think is no longer here is still with you, energetically speaking. They're in your heart. And so when our heart is blocked, we block that connection. Some of you really struggle where you felt just separated in a sense of family. So maybe it could be a family situation where there was separation, right? And that's going to manifest in different ways for each of you. It depends on, really what the common provoking incident is here, but I'm trying to keep it open for. I just heard wholeness is understanding, unity is understanding. So there's a lot of consciousness and understanding that's coming in with this, and it's like there's a connection or a union with the divine here, right? That's bringing in um, this clarity. Embracing and embodying the true self, releasing emotional burden, and dropping the old things that no longer serve you, dropping the unconscious things by bringing consciousness. But an unconscious release, or and so really shining your heart and bringing hope to others, right? Bringing hope and the future to other people. One of the readings that I did in the past here talked about being the king of the past. If you're the king of the past, no one remembers, right? But instead, stepping into this future energy. Someone told you beautiful lies. For some of you, it was just receiving input from the subconscious, right? Something that wasn't, you weren't aware of. Okay. Now, for some of you, you're working with this energy to become more intuitive. Okay, so it's like when you clear all that out, where that is, you find like a gift, a blessing. And I feel like there's a supportive energy here that is definitely like helping you grow. Okay. I feel like your heart is definitely your power source. It's your receiver, it's your power source. And with this purification of the heart here, it it is sort of projecting like this growth. Okay, it's people are taking notice. It feels like this energy of soul in the heart, and it's like there's been some turbulence there, but it's like when you clear that out, it's like there you realize that your heart is a powerful transformative force. Okay. And it actually creates sort of this social revolution, or like friends, or like people, the future here, hope. It shifts everything in a new trajectory, and you realize that you have the power to change things, right? Like if you're in the present is definitely important, because you can shift the direction with your will, with your energy, with your electromagnetic energy. And I feel like your sense of security and worth is strengthened, right? Because you're realizing that you are priceless here. And you're feeling the power of God in your heart. And so you're feeling that sense of unity and wholeness and understanding and worth. I feel like some of you have been contributing to a certain structure. You've been contributing to people here, sense of service or contribution to the world. And it's like some of you guys have really like been in this energy where you want to liberate yourself or complete or move away from like growing the past or growing for someone else, right? Because you're starting to understand too that when you build for someone else, you are giving up your future, because you're building someone else's you know future. So it's about you reclaiming your future, your path. Now, for some of you, I feel like you could have been parented by someone who lacks some self worth. I'm not trying to push anybody's buttons. I'm just going to read the energy. Um, but some of you guys were parented by someone who lacked inner security and self worth, and they taught you that material possession, or maybe they were someone who bought a lot of things externally, or to seek, they taught you to seek externally for that security and validation. And some of you are starting to realize this. Maybe you're seeing it because they're older in age, or, you know, and it's about really transmuting the silver into gold. And what's gold? It's your mind, it's your heart. It's building your future. It's projecting this beauty. I will say this for some of you here, whoever you partner with is really important, you see, because your partner is either going to project spirit to you or they're going to project something else to you, okay? And you are the receiver for that. Okay, so those I'm picking up on this side, their heart, okay, is the receiver. Those I'm picking up over here, it's like you are the receiver. So the people you choose to partner with is extremely important, okay, because you have somebody that's coming from an energy of self security and worth, right? They're projecting spirit or the light, and so like you then are receiving that. So there's going to be sort of this self revolution for you because you're starting to understand how important it is, and you may stop contributing or stop dealing with certain people because they're not in the right energy. They're creating a sense of worth is found externally to you when everything you need is within you, right? So these can be people that are attached to the past, right? Because you are representing the future here. And so if people are detached from the future or sort of detached from the consciousness or the light here, you may decide that these kind of people you don't want to take with you. And I just heard dark horse. You don't want to become enslaved, to the past. I just heard you better choose carefully. Um, so yeah, your mind is receiving, you know, from the person that you're partnered with here. I just heard love is a battlefield. So you got to be careful. So I think that you understand that. So unconscious energy here, see, this is consciousness, right? Unconscious energy is not going to work for you right now. Okay. And there's this energy of sort of like friction, right? Because, so also I want to say this, if you're helping, you need to be careful how you're contributing, right? Because if you're helping to the point of it's causing a revolution within self or it's affecting you, then, maybe the contribution um, might be a hindrance. An example of this would be a negative pole energy here. So it'd be perfectionism, people projecting perfectionism onto you. Okay. Over here, it'd be projecting hatred onto you. Okay. And consciously being aware of that and understanding why that's happening. Or wanting you to do everything on this side here without contributing. Okay. I feel like someone's been wanting you to build their their future, their reputation, their legacy. And I feel like you've been spending your energy defending um, and helping people here. And the reason that they've done this is because, transformation is your power. Love is your power. And you are a powerful transformative force. Specifically by your sense of contribution, by your sense of love, by your energy of love, by your energy of contribution. So, creative revolution. And separating from control, from the past. Growing your future. Growing the things that is coming from your heart. Partnering with individuals who are that receiver of the light of consciousness, who are embracing their true self. Okay. I feel like your heart is a powerful influence. I do feel that. And what is it doing? It's creating sudden shifts and changes here with this energy, but liberation from duality into unity. And for a lot of you, it's who you're partnering with, it's your mind and heart, right? Who you contribute to, bringing consciousness to that. Being aware of who's blocking spirit. Being aware who's stuck in the past. Being able to see the light in me sees the light in you. So, freedom from the past, specifically in your heart, but freedom from the past. I just heard it takes two, mind, heart. So there's going to be sort of this change in how you connect to people. How you connect to people. How you present yourself to others. Okay. Really understanding the opposition here and bringing unity to that situation, right? I just heard day and night. So there will be a day and night change as well, but cohesively working these energies. Some of you don't need to help a certain person, place, or person in your energy here. So it's like, I feel like there'll be a blessing of freedom here, um, where you're not contributing to a certain situation. So as you proceed forward too, there'll be sort of like this consciousness applied to like your past emotions and a release, right? Which helps you really be able to be an energy of trust and as you move forward of unconditional love of yourself, and like it doesn't have all of this um I'm seeing like a pool of water like swirling and there's like stuff in it so like the water can't flow. So it like pushes out the debris that's sort of blocking the flow of spirit, God. And there's this energy where you may get like hints to the future by your, I just heard spiritual illumination of the mind, immediate environment, your siblings. And you start to understand the power and influence of the people you choose to partner with, right? And how to connect from duality to unity and really project that energy. So also there will be a change, significantly change in how you present the way you think or speak to other people. Other people are going to see you differently anyways, but and I feel like your belief or your truth is going to shift and change, and it's going to become more clear. I just heard Song of the Caged Bird. So like you're getting freedom. So you're comfortable with the way, with your truth, right? Or you will be comfortable with the truth and consciousness that you see here. It's the missing piece. It's the opening of the door of this caged bird. It's understanding. So anything that sort of controlled your mind or you felt stuck to, because I'm picking up an energy here where if you have a lot of things on your mind, you can't really be focused on what it is that you need to be focused on because there's a lot of congestion in the mind, like overthinking, right? Not a lack of understanding, not really feeling like you can comprehend what's going on. And so there's a purging of all of that out, right? So that there's room to have an understanding. So you're not being controlled by all of these just random thoughts or this um, past shit, past stuff here. It's like future enters into that consciousness. And I feel like some of you here has really found a new sense of self-worth, or you what you value and what has worth has changed to you drastically this month here. or now? Some of you have like strong faith. I just heard a levee when the levee breaks. So like the strong faith, like once you really clear this energy out, all that water, it's a lot at first, but it's like it just washes everything clean. I just heard speechless. Maybe you guys will hold back um, on certain things that you used to think because it's no longer a part of your belief or your truth. So for some of you, there was this revolution of the mind. And so it's like, instead of it being this revolution of the mind, it's like clearing out that energy and really moving the mind to the future here. And some of you are, decent. You're moving away from someone here. An idea, a conversation, a way of thinking, a belief. You're tempering that energy because you want balance in your mind. You want cohesion, ambidextrousness here between to have a deeper understanding. So intuition as well as, that conscious energy. I heard silver and gold, silver and gold. Silver and gold in the starry sky. The belief with all of your heart. The heart changes the mind. The mind has the receivers from the heart's energy. Okay. So I feel like there has been a lot of confusion. I feel like there's been a lot of heartache and confusion. There's been a lot of questioning, like if you what your future would be, how it would play out, and if you were building towards that future and how to get there. So there's a lot going on here energetically. And for some of you, your partners is just I'm hearing Persephone, so maybe they're like dragged to the underworld, like going through like a dark night of the soul or like a tower or sort of like this energy that's been really hard for them. Maybe they're blocked mentally, maybe they're blocked in their heart. And maybe you've been trying to show them that light. But for some of you, that contribution or service is not your responsibility anymore. Some of you are seeing that some partnerships aren't safe because there's not light there. And some of you are seeing how important it is to connect with people that bring in a sense of unity and not separation, right? And how that really truly affects you. And how seeing this truth can help you expand and move forward. I just heard changes. Some of you didn't see any changes. And you've tried to speak to people in your energy about changes. You know, you're seeing that survival instinct of that wolf pack that I was picking up. You know, see each other as brothers instead of two strangers. Hmm. Everything's going to change for you. And you have to accept the choices that others make. Some people don't want to change. And that's their right and their choice. But us holding it in our heart and us holding on to trying to save them or holding on to this mental congestion is not helping at all. It's hurting us. I heard misplaced hate. Some of you guys are dealing with people that have some misplaced hate, right? And these are some of the energies that I was talking about has to move, go. Hold on 1 minute. Um, some of you guys are seeing this new structure in a deeper way, and you're starting to understand why people are doing some things that they're doing out of sort of like this survival instinct, and they're sticking with sort of this pack energy where they're not, it's not aligned with the future. It's just impulsive and now or past. Maybe they're comfortable in the past, but you're not anymore. So you're choosing belief and truth to expand because we got to make a change. Some of you guys are changing the way you eat, your health, the way you're contributing, the way you're treating people, the way you love. Because that's truly survival. Okay? Like choosing not to align with the war and the separation, but instead to be part of the solution or unity here. Okay. You're also being, there's a different way on how you're going to present this truth to other people. Okay. I think some of you became comfortable in that mental confusion too, and that's changing. And I think some of you are seeing your worth here and the worth of like mental cohesiveness and clarity. I just heard Gemini, you have a disruptive partnership. I don't know who that's for. It needs to change. something is affecting your receiving. Something has tore you down. Okay, let me get back on track here. I'm trying not to shut that down, but I want to get through this first here. I'm trying to let that flow more. Your beliefs are powerful. Your mind is powerful. You are powerful. Your heart is powerful. And some of you have dealt with situations that has really tore you down. You know, you felt a stagnation, you felt confusion, you felt pain in your heart. You've lost track of who you are and what your purpose is. And it's become confusing. And you guys have come out on the other side of that with clarity. And you're understanding yourself. And you're understanding your meaning, your purpose. You're understanding and acknowledging your heart, your mind, yourself. Some of you may have even focused on working to try to like work through it or whatever, like to sort of distract your mind from it. Some of you were focused on reputation or legacy, and that dissolved you because it was coming from a place of belonging. Okay. So your friends, groups you associate with, your partners, your mind, your heart is going through a massive revolution and change here. What was meant to tear you down has helped you be better. All right. I'm going to do something a little different here just for a moment. Because I'm getting energy for this, so. Hold on. Okay. Um, I just heard for some of you, when it comes to the heart, it's like it doesn't have to be hard. What is it hard for? Like, we just need to let go of the past here. Okay. We need to really understand what love is and have like a definitive understanding of what we need from our heart, what we need in partnership and connection. Okay. We like really questioning someone when they're like, I want to be connected to your heart, or I want your heart. What do you want my heart for? You know? These are just channelings. Because you'll find that it's because they lack that connection to source, right? So a lot of them will come back into the energy here because they can't receive the information. For those of you that for those of you who's dealing with a partner that was not the right energy and you were contributing to them, I just heard, just go ahead and leave me all the way. Because sometimes you can't take back what you say. Don't let me down easy if you're going to leave me. Just do it all the way. Put the Lover's card out with the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Told you. You're really questioning someone's communication about the truth. Like, you're seeing the truth of, like, when we connect, like, how that really can burden you, affect you here. And so there's more selectiveness. Let me see if I can pick up anything else. No, you can never come back if you leave. In other words, if you're going to break it off, just break it off, right? Like, if you're going to leave me, just leave me. Just go ahead and burn the bridges. Walk away like you don't care about me. Ooh, this one's heavy. Okay, for those of you that have had, like, partners where there's been issues, there's a lot of speaking about hate and, like, being upset. And so feeling like a sense of, like, resentment towards, like, enslavement or not being able to go free. I hate when you pull me back from the edge. Ooh, some of you guys are dealing with someone who likes to give out pain, okay? So you're really, like, reflecting innerly in your heart to see first if this is someone who's definitely a sense of unity for you, or if this person's aligned with the same sort of belief systems, philosophy as you're proceeding forward here. Because there is a lot of, like, pulling in the opposition energy here. If you're a very loving person, it could pull in people that kind of harbor this hidden or unconscious hate. Okay, maybe they sabotage relationships and whatnot, or they make you feel a sense of, like, they don't contribute at all, and you're doing a lot here. So it's about a partnership, right? Like, working together. Oh. And finding your way to calmer waters, right? Not dealing with someone who is, like, unconsciously aware of it, or is projecting perfectionism onto you, or is, the opposite of what your energy is, and that's, like, the innocence of the heart here. All right, for those of you whose energy was like this clearing of the mind here. I just heard jumping around. So, like, your mind is like the song Jump Around, man. It's back it up, back it in, let me begin. It's just like you're trying to go back to the beginning of, like, what in the hell is going on. And then I just heard insane in the membrane. That's hilarious. That is so funny. That's funny. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how I get these damn hits. See, unconscious. Like, looking at where it went wrong in the foundation, like where you're not even able to build if there's confusion, right? Tower, bam. Some of you guys are literally dealing with people that's a little bit insane in the membrane. Okay. Remember, if your mind is a receiver, or if your mind is spirit, right? Then your beliefs going, or your understanding and truth is going to be the receiver, and it's driving you insane. Like, somebody's driving you insane. You can't deal with it anymore. Maybe you tried to talk to somebody, or like somebody's trying to talk to you. Like, you don't. There's not an understanding there, right? It's too difficult. Maybe it's like just unconsciously being able to understand what's being relayed there. That was so funny because I got like both of those. And then being with, like, having a sense of belonging. You know what I'm saying? Like, being around also other people who have consciousness and understand how to cohesively apply those energies, and is receiving also that light in the mind, okay? But somebody hasn't treated you right, treated you fairly, okay? But this situation has made you better. You've gotten stronger, mentally stronger. Ten of Pentacles. It's giving you a solid foundation to build on, of legacy, okay? Clarity, understanding, reputation. Okay. I just want to say this. I'm hearing like those bits and pieces of stuff that I heard throughout the readings that I've done here, and it's their spirits dance their paths align through sands of time. They seek and find sacred union, hearts combined. I see change and rebels gleam. My soul dances free, no longer in conformity. Igniting the mind of revolution. Eternal flames dance in cosmic evolution. In darkness, a flaming night, illuminating minds with revolutionary sight. And that's what I got for you guys. I love you, and let me know what you think about this. Until I see you again, Transcend. Peace. Love you, soul family.